You're listening to the Watercooler Edits with Chris and Rich. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a festive edition of the Watercooler Edit with myself, Chris, and Rich. And we're actually wearing holiday jumpers. I much prefer yours, and I wish I got a better one.
They're very subtle, aren't they? I mean, that's what it is.
Yours
but you can barely see them.
No, you can definitely see it. Zoom in on his. This is much better.
Some KFC action.
What's at the bottom of it?
Well, we've got buckets here, synonymous with the brand. Fries, I believe these things are here, and chicken legs. Yeah, look. Let's be honest. It's unbelievably tacky, but I love it.
I love it too. I tried my hardest to get like a car-themed one, and it was just so difficult. It was going to take me anywhere between 3 and 4 weeks to get one. I just didn't have enough time. So I've got a Snoopy one that's got some Christmas lights on the top here, and then he's got lights on the bottom, and he's sleeping on his house as well.
There's always room for Snoopy. Snoopy's great,
but there's always room for KFC. I think there's more room actually for KFC.
I'd take KFC over Snoopy, yeah, but they're still both pretty cool. Huh?
Now, before we get into the Christmas presents that we're going to talk about, do you celebrate Christmas with KFC like the Japanese do?
Do you know what? I probably have eaten it on Christmas Day at some point, yeah. I probably have. Not for like as the traditional Christmas dinner, but later on in the evening, maybe after a few beverages have been sung, there might have been a cheeky delivery.
So we usually, because we celebrate Christmas on the 24th on the German side, and then as the English side, we celebrate it always on the 25th. Yeah. We usually have KFC on the 25th.
Do you?
Yeah. Woo-hoo. So we usually go out and have the big Christmas dinner on the 24th, and then we'll have KFC the next day.
Nice. That's a tradition I like.
It is. It is fantastic.
I can get on board with that.
On the subject of Christmas and Christmas presents, there's the usual stuff that you get people: scented candles, a pair of socks, or a lovely, ugly sweater. But if you're looking for something a bit more adventurous or something a bit different that you want to give to someone, there are some really exciting ones that have actually come out this year. And I mean, we were talking about it before as well. There was one that you can let off some steam in. So after a long year of work, you just want to blow everything off and you just want to let loose. You can go to the smash room, can't you?
Yeah, well, this is it, right? So if you don't know what to get someone for Christmas and you're sick of the same old Christmas presents, right? Vouchers, what have you. There's some experiences here in Dubai you can get people that are pretty much synonymous with Dubai. There's not many places that have these kind of experiences, and one, as you said, is the Smash Room. Now, the Smash Room, I haven't been, right, but I want to go because it sounds great. Basically, I think it starts at 70 dirhams, right? And that's for the basic kind of package. You go there and you smash stuff up. You can let all the frustrations with the world just let loose. They can give you some kind of hammer, and it's all like electrical equipment and, I don't know, China and all this kind of stuff. And you just go in and smash the hell out of it. What do you reckon?
I reckon that's great. And I remember doing this a couple of years ago as well. Actually, a couple of years ago, probably about decades ago. And I remember smashing up all these computers, and it was very satisfying. But the one thing I will say is that anyone who's looking to do this, make sure you don't smash a printer. And if you do, take the ink cartridge out, because it will explode and you will turn a different color. Because I did it with a white shirt, and I came out with a completely different colored shirt, because it just went, I hit it with a hammer, and it just went straight up.
You got splattered.
I did. I got splattered from head to toe in printer ink.
That's payback. That was the dying protest of the printer. Just as it was disappearing from this world, it decided, right, I'm going to take you out.
It deserves it, because when it wants to print black, it asks for CMYK or something like that. It always asks for a different color. Oh, out of magenta ink, can't print in black and white. I'm asking for black and white, not magenta. Take that, printer.
That's it. Chris's lifelong hatred for printers is coming out here.
I think it's a genuine hatred for printers, because it's always the same. It's always magenta ink.
To be honest, I don't disagree with you. I think you got a fair point. I would have smashed the printer as well.
So what other?
But you got the payback, the printer payback.
So what other adventurous things can we do this Christmas?
I think another good one, if you're looking to get someone a really nice experience, is the view at the Palm, right? It's essentially a viewing deck, extraordinarily high up, 200 feet, or I can't remember exactly what it is, but basically it's high. Fantastic views. You can go up there. There's something called Breakfast at the View, where you watch the sunrise. Right? So it's 70 dirhams for adults, and I think 40 dirhams for kids. Pay these 70 dirhams, you go up, you get like coffee, tea, whatever, you get a croissant of your choice, and then you can watch the sunrise over Dubai, which is from extraordinarily high up. I've actually done it, And to be honest, it's kind of cool, man. So I mean, if you're looking at something different, right, people are going to remember that. I suppose if you can get someone a Christmas present that's going to give them a memory for potentially the rest of their lives, happy days, huh?
We've talked about smashing things up. We've talked about a gorgeous view from the top. But what about like a family-friendly activity? You know, something like a game room. Would that be something that would tickle your fancy during Christmas?
Well, you mean like an escape room type deal?
Yeah, because I mean, usually Christmas is the kind of thing that you spend with family. You get on at the beginning, and then towards the end of the night, you all hate each other.
Yes, this is true. That kind of tends to happy family times
So you could spend
can
it
turn unhappy.
exactly. So you could spend it in a game room by, I mean, was it
Working together?
Yeah, Furbies. One of those ones. Phobia games, I think, is one of them that has this special package. I think it's players from 2 to 5, and it's kind of like an escape room kind of thing for Christmas, which would be quite interesting. I mean, from family-friendly experience, and it's a good way to get, you know, the anger out before you start exchanging presents, unless you want to exchange the presents inside, which makes things really interesting.
Inside the escape room?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might affect your ability to get out of the escape room within the time limit if you're just giving each other presents, but it's what Christmas is all about, right?
I could see you as one of those kind of people that'd be like, oh yeah, here you go, here's the largest present I could find, you're stuck in a tiny room, now get out.
Yeah, basically that would, yeah, I'd do that. Here you go, Merry Christmas. See you in 4 days.
Thanks for the scented candle. I'll make my escape pretty fast. But no, of course, these are family-friendly activities that you can do, or if you want to do it with your friends as well, you can do it with 2 to 5 people, which again, is a fantastic group activity.
Yep.
If you're looking for something maybe even different than those two, and kind of similar on that smashing thing, was you can actually do some shooting down at the Jebel Ali Resort.
Yeah, you can. You can go. It's all very professionally done. I know people who've been. I haven't been myself, but it's all very safe and all the rest of it. And you can go and see if you're a prime shooter, if you can hit those clay pigeons.
And of course, you can go wearing your festive sweater so you can really stick out.
Yeah, so other people can shoot you.
I mean, yours is quite bright. Mine is kind of dark, so it'd be kind of hard to spot. Could probably spot you a mile away.
Yeah, I'm not sure what where I'd have to stand for this to be camouflage. I mean, it's yeah, I'd be getting shot all over the place. But no, I've never done shooting, but I quite because isn't it one of those things you always want to see? Like, I mean, like I'm not a big gun person or whatever, but it's a sport element to it as well, right? And to see how good your aim is.
Yes.
I know my aim's quite good on video games, but I wonder what it's like in real life. Probably not good.
I agree with you there, and I can definitely tell you it does not equate from going one to the other. It doesn't. If you're good at it in video games, you're not good at it in real life 100%.
That's it, right? Yeah, I think that's. I fear my dreams might be crushed.
So speaking of video games, what is on your Christmas list?
I've got 4 video games on my Christmas. 45-year-old man who has a Christmas list. What can I say? But I send it to Santa every year, and no, I've got 4 video games on there. So that's not bad. Like 4, I think that's quite. I've shown some restraint. Hey, how many video games have you got on your Christmas list? 72.
No, that's how many I bought last week. I would probably say I don't think I actually have any Christmas game video ones.
It's because you bought them all.
I don't know what I just said there. Christmas video game ones. Honestly, I don't think I have any video games on my Christmas list.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like you said before, it's because I probably bought them all already.
Yeah.
What I do have on my Christmas list, though, is Sesame Street Monopoly.
Oh, fantastic.
I do love me a good episode of Sesame Street.
I love Sesame Street. I think that's a great shout. We've got the Sesame Street Lego.
Yeah, which I still haven't built.
Have you got it but unbuilt? It looks cool when it's built.
In a week's time, it'll be exactly 12 months that I still haven't finished it.
This should be your Christmas mission.
It
There
should
you
be
go.
it should be my New Year resolution.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I don't really know what I'd like to get for Christmas, to be honest.
Well, you need to think on that.
I do have a wish list, but they're just not things that I actively want. You know, I already got myself a copy of Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, that's actually on my Christmas list, Sonic Frontiers. But I bought it. Basically, I bought it, give it to someone, they wrap it up and give it. Oh, there's the Christmas spirit alive and well.
I should do the same thing. Get that copy of Shrek 2 for Xbox.
There you go. That's
Give it
it.
to somebody and say, "You give this to me so on Christmas, so I'll be happy
Go on,
about it."
put some wrapping on this and give it back to me. Happy
But
days.
Aside from Christmas, because of course it is coming up and it's one of the jolliest times of the year, today is the FIFA World Cup final.
Yikes.
And it has been the most bizarre tournament that I've personally ever watched. I mean, my earliest memory is the World Cup in '98. I was 8 years old then in France.
Which
I'm not the biggest football fan, I'll be honest, but when it comes to World Cup, I do really enjoy it and I really get into the spirit of things. And this tournament has been the tournament of the underdogs, essentially. You know, we've seen so many stellar games. I don't know how we've got to this final, and I don't know who to pick to be a winner.
Yeah, I think it's, look, as a tournament, it's had some hugely memorable moments, right? Let's you're looking Saudi Arabia beating Argentina, Japan beating Germany, right? So these are
Morocco beating Spain.
Yeah, Morocco knocking out Spain. These are iconic World Cup moments, and to have this many of them in one tournament is pretty impressive, right? It's pretty impressive. They're going to live long in the memory. I think it's been a great tournament, and may the best team win.
Yes, so we're very excited. We're obviously going to watch the game later on this evening, and I think it's at 7 p.m. local time.
Yeah,
local time as in here, not in Qatar. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Everyone's buzzing for it. The crescendo to an amazing tournament, and
then
first in the region, right?
Yep.
So
there is something sport related, I guess we could say. We've gone from football, now we're going to golf. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of golf. I've played in the past, but could never really get into it. But
I like crazy golf. That's
same. I'm a big fan of mini golf, but you know what? I'm an even bigger fan of Top Golf.
Oh, Top Golf!
Because you can have a fantastic time up there. You've got the 3 stories. You've got endless targets to hit, essentially.
Yeah.
And they're having a New Year event.
Yeah, they are. By the way, have you played the Angry Birds game that you can play at Top Golf? I mean, as in when you're hitting the ball, you got all the different games to choose from. One of them is an Angry Birds one. It's great because you're hitting your golf ball and trying to knock down the like as you do, so hit the big green pigs and stuff. It's great.
I haven't been since opening night, and I think we've been trying to go every other week for the past 6 months. And I do really want to go back again. And I'm honestly considering going there for New Year because
it's a great place.
It's from I think it's from not the late hours of the evening, but kind of like late afternoon, and it goes to 1, 2
Yeah, I think it's around there. Yeah, it will go to about 1 o'clock. I think maybe even 2 o'clock. I don't have the exact timings. I do know that it's for the alcoholic package is 799 dirhams, soft drinks 599. But what you get basically is you get your bay. I don't know if you've been, well, you have been to Top Golf and the listeners who have as well. You get your bay and they bring food platters to you so you can munch away throughout the evening. You can play as much golf as you want to play. You can whack as many balls as you want to whack, and you can just enjoy it. Oh, they've got a DJ. Basically, it's disco themed. So like all kind of disco music and yeah.
Disco, you say?
Disco themed. Their New Year's Eve party is disco themed.
I know what I'm doing this New Year then. I'm going to Top Golf because I'm a big fan of disco. You know, I don't like the fact that it was only 3 years. A lot of people think it was many decades, but it was only 3 years of disco.
Yeah. Well,
now I'm really excited.
A lot of quality in that 3 years.
So 800 dirhams all inclusive.
Yeah, for alcohol and 599 for non-alcohol.
Okay, all right.
Food platters, drinks aplenty, golf aplenty, and disco.
Plus, the other benefit of going to Top Golf as well is that you'll have a great view of the marina, which means you get a great view of all the fireworks shows that are happening down there because you've got Palm Jumeirah, you've got Dubai Harbour, plus many others. So you'll probably see a 360 of fireworks wherever you go. Yeah,
absolutely. You're spot on. They mentioned that on their website. The views are just awesome, and you do get various firework displays that you can see. So, and look, party timer. Sounds pretty good.
100%. I know what I'm doing for you.
You're going to pay for me, right?
I'll check with Santa if he's willing to give it to you.
Thanks. Yeah, we're doing a Secret Santa thing. Just get me, if you get me, give me a Top Golf New Year's Eve.
I'll scribble it on a piece of coal and say, there you go, there's your ticket to Top Golf.
Cheers.
Well, that's a wrap for this festive episode of the Water Cooler Edit with My Bayut. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're interested in any of the topics that we've discussed in today's episode, you can, of course, check out the My Bayut blog, which is Bayut.com/MyBayut. Happy holidays.
You're listening to the Water Cooler Edit with Chris and Rich.